World War I was a conflict unlike any the world had ever seen. Millions of soldiers faced the horrors of trench warfare, machine guns, and artillery shells. But amidst the chaos and carnage, something extraordinary happened. A medical breakthrough that would change the course of history forever. This is the story of how the blood-soaked battlefields of World War I gave birth to the modern blood bank. In the heat of battle, medics faced an impossible challenge: how to save soldiers bleeding to death on the front lines. Blood transfusions were their best hope, but the methods of the time were crude and often deadly. Donors had to be present, and the blood had to be transferred directly, vein to vein. It was a race against time, and time was a luxury no one had. Enter Oswald Hope Robertson, a young U.S. Army doctor with a revolutionary idea. What if blood could be stored and used when needed, rather than requiring an immediate donor? Robertson's answer came in the form of a simple yet groundbreaking discovery: sodium citrate. Sodium citrate was the key. It prevented blood from clotting, allowing it to be stored for hours, even days. Robertson began collecting blood from donors, preserving it in glass bottles, and shipping it to the front lines. The world's first blood bank was born, not in a pristine hospital, but in the mud and chaos of the Western Front. These early blood depots saved countless lives. For the first time, medics had a ready supply of blood to treat the wounded. It was a game changer, not just for the war, but for the future of medicine. After the war, the lessons learned on the battlefield transformed civilian medicine. By the 1930s, the first civilian blood banks were established, paving the way for the life-saving systems we rely on today. Every time you donate blood, you're part of a legacy that began in the trenches of World War I. World War I was a tragedy of unimaginable scale, but from its ashes rose innovations that continue to save lives. The blood bank is just one example of how humanity's darkest moments can spark its brightest ideas. So the next time you see a blood donation drive, remember, it all started with a war, a doctor, and a simple bottle of blood.